It's week 3, the start of week 3. This is Act 2, Part 2. Look at that day. That's a present from Sally Kelly. I'll show you that in a vlog. You probably, if I do a vlog tomorrow, I'll show you in it. But to you, it'll be like last Saturday. I do love this time travel thing. I'm a little bit drunk. I've had some Kahlua. There is a bottle of wine in the fridge. Should I open that? No. Right, spending today. I bought, because I really need more jewellery, I bought 20 quid worth of jewellery off eBay. I can't help it. I just get curious. It is curiosity more than anything. It's the, ooh, I wonder what that is. Let's pay £20 to find out. That'd be fine. What else did I buy? And I bought an Indian takeaway, of which half of it is left, so that'll be dinner tomorrow as well. So, that's kind of economical, making it last 2 days. And it's my favourite. It's Mirg Masalam and the Saag Paneer. Oh, so good. It's lush. So it is kind of worth it. So, okay, an unnecessary personal expenditure, but it's still cheaper than going out and getting pissed. Not like we can do that at the moment. Yeah, like I feel good. I feel good because I've had 2 days of sorting out jewellery and it is done. Like, it's not listed, obviously, but it is sorted. I've sorted out kilo necklace bags, chunky whatever thingies that I know people will want. 3 kilo bags. That'll go actually on eBay. I'll list them. Bags of bangles, bags of rings, bags of watches, broken stuff, turquoise and coral stuff. Yeah. And I've done my silver and gold, which I automatically just flush from my brain and hide them away, because that's my, like, you build up a pot of stuff, don't you? That's my under the bed, savings account. And I've got a nice big box of vintage stuff over there. That's for me to list. So that's like my little, oh, look at these lovely bits. It's nice. But yeah, I did really well from that. So thank you for sorting that out for me. That was really brilliant. I've had 2 days of good fun. Now here comes the listing, which obviously isn't great fun, but that's fine. Got some stuff to send to people, so that's quite nice. So people can get I had a message of someone that has never sold jewellery before, so they'll have a little bit to start themselves out on it, which is cool. Yeah. And a lot of this will hopefully be gone soon. But the thing is now that I've done all of that hard work, am I going to crash? Because tomorrow I will kind of go, done it all now. I've even done all the testing, and I said I was going to do a video in the testing. But it's done now. Because I just couldn't stop. Just couldn't stop. I had to do it. Oh well. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. By now you would have watched the vlog that I'm going to make tomorrow, and you will know how I felt. I don't know how I'm yet going to feel. Anyways, right. I'm going to go to bed now. I'm going to finish that glass of Kahlua Coke and then head off to bed. And plan for tomorrow's Zoom party. It's Eurovision. Anyways, good night. It's Saturday night. I Hello, it's Sunday night. So last night's clip I don't remember doing, so that was fun to rewatch. Jeez, what am I like? Anyway, yeah, Sunday the 17th of May. I think I was saying to my mate Scott and Carla yesterday and Josh and all that I am finding it easier doing the no spending. And I was explaining like that's because I'm in competition with myself and I am like my own competition. If someone else was doing it like with me, I wouldn't be trying to beat them. I would still be trying to beat myself. So if someone else was telling me like don't spend money, I would probably rebel against it. But in this case, because I've like set a standard, I'd be disappointed in myself if I didn't do it. So I think the no spending thing is going to be all right from here on, even though accidentally today I very just clicked on something. There's an Instagram page that I follow just called Everything is Terrible. BPD tend to have a dark sense of humour, so I found. So I follow a few Instagram pages. One of them is Everything is Terrible. Another one is like Aborted Dreams. And like I just find the dark humour quite funny. But on that Everything is Terrible, they do merch. And one of them, it just says Everything is Terrible on a tote bag and had like all rainbows on it and stuff. And I just thought like, that's quite funny. And they're in America and it was something like £7 for this tote bag. And I honestly, I just really very nearly clicked through until it got to like the shipping page. And then I was like, oh God, what am I doing? Like, no, don't. I didn't actually find out how much the shipping was. I'm guessing probably be quite pricey anyway. So I probably would have stopped at that point anyway. Like by the time they go like, it was $20 shipping. No. But yeah, check it out on Instagram anyway. Everything is terrible. But yeah, that was another bit of mindless stuff. But I didn't do it, so it's all right. What I was saying the other week about other bad habits kind of come to a forefront. Like I am generally frustrated. That is like my overarching kind of mood feeling. And that comes out in different ways, sort of, you know, like I was saying about self-harming, which I don't do anymore, but the tattooing, which I can't do, so that's frustrating. Shopping, I can't do, that's frustrating. I was talking to someone yesterday this morning, about being like sexually frustrated. And it's like, yes, that's one of them as well, especially being drunk and horny. But yeah, it's like all of it is just frustration. And because you can't go out and do the things that you want to do, that frustration is kind of magnified a bit. And it's, well, I wasn't going to do these things, but now I can't do them. Really want to do them. It's awful. Like I would, you know, I would get drunk to oblivion. I would probably take lots of naughty things and stuff if I could right now, just to feel nothing, I suppose. But that's also another feeling, by the way. It's not always like, for a lot of the time, I literally can just like stare at my favourite bit of the wall and just feel nothing. And I've had that. Okay, I once accidentally, on purpose, but accidentally didn't know what they were, took some medication for a friend's dormant brain tumour, didn't realise it's basically heroin. And from doing that, I can totally understand the attraction in that and why people get addicted to that, because it's literally, there's nothing, no thoughts go through your head, it's just complete void. you don't even feel satisfaction or tired or happy or anything. It's just nothing. And I can see the attraction of that, especially at the moment. It's like, it's so nice sometimes to just not have a thought in your head. Because a lot of the time there's too many thoughts and there's too many things trying to pull you in all different directions. This is meant to be about like not spending any money, and yet the not spending any money thing is just me done in a sentence, and then I end up talking about all the other weird shit in your head. Anyway, I've done my postage and stuff. I still haven't listed all those clothes. I have done well listing a lot of the jewellery stuff that I'm sending quite a lot out to resellers, keep them stocked up. So it means that my initial investment I've gotten back and a little bit as well, so that's good. And I've still got quite a bit of stock to go through as well, so that's great. Happers Yawn on that. And I nearly bought a safe as well, like a little bedroom lockable safe thing. So that's still a possibility. That's business, isn't it? That's okay. And it's got buttons on it. I like buttons. I'm nearly running out of snacks though, and that is going to be maybe a breaking point this week. Snacks. And I will probably have to go to Tesco, because we didn't order enough on our last Asda order, and our next one isn't for like another week. So I'm going to have to do an interim shop, I think, and buy some snacks. Anyways, that's Saturday night. Sunday night done. Here's to tomorrow. Ooh, right, so let's film this update while my hair is reasonable craziness. Yeah, that one. Should we just leave it at that one? Okay. It's Monday the 18th of May. Sorry, it's even putting me off. I can't do it. And I've just replied to a comment on my week one video update, which was a polite enough comment, just going like, hope you don't mind if I ask, but what do you do that means you have £1,000 like spare to spend, and in case any of you don't know, I'm a reseller on eBay, so I buy stock cheap and then I sell it on, hopefully, for a lot more than what I bought it for. And I'm reasonably good at it, good enough for it to be my full-time job. I mean, I don't work full-time hours. So yeah, I'm alright at it. And like my outgoings are quite low, especially at the moment, because I'm not going out. None of us are. So I don't have any dependents, unless you call 2 cats dependents, and they've got their own jobs and their own bank accounts, and they're all right. They sometimes get a bit of pocket money and stuff, but yeah. And I also spent the last 10 years working on paying off my debts, and this year I am, apart from student loans, debt free. So my only outgoings each month are household bills, Now TV, Netflix, Amazon Prime, a subscription to something, like to a couple of things like Lodo subscription, and what else? Mobile phone, cat insurance. Yeah. So like that's about it, So there's not really a lot to tell on that one. I have £1,000 spare, because I don't have anything to spend it on. And I don't know if that sounds arrogant or wasteful, or but I'm pretty good at reselling, and I mean, that might have just been a good month as well, I don't always have that amount of money to spend, but
I do alright. Haven't spent any, well no, I have spent money today. I've done my postage. I went over the shop. I bought 1 bottle of Pepsi Max, a pint of milk, which was reduced to 18p, a lighter because my 4 lighters have all run out. I've never had lighters run out before. I've always been drunk and lost them or lent them to someone. And this is probably the first time that 4 lighters have run out. So yeah, a lighter, and they had some dips reduced because tomorrow we're having like a chili thing. So they reduced to 78 pence from like £2 something. So bang in some sour cream and Thousand Island and stuff. So that's nice. Little treat. But I am nearly out of snacks. I've only got 2 bars of chocolate left. But that's okay, they sell some over the road. So I'll be fine. And Mum got me some chili nuts. So that's banging. So it'll be alright for snacks. Yeah. Yeah, like I thought, it's probably easier the longer I go on. Like the not spending stuff. Frustration does come out in other ways, especially at a low point. But like today I've just kept myself busy all day and I've not done work all day. I didn't start work until about 1 or 2 o'clock. But I've kind of potted and processed nearly all of that jewellery apart from all of the single bits that are for my shop. So I've done loads to other resellers, lots of job lots which are now listed and they're going to be ticking off going live this week. So yeah, I've done alright work-wise today, and that's what's kept me busy. And then tomorrow I might just have a listing day, but we shall see. Anyways, thanks for your questions. If you do have any more, please feel free to put them below. Laters. Tuesday the 19th of May, and I guess here's the twist for the week. I might have to pay out £340 for yet another bill that I didn't realise that I had. So I'm twat. Actually, no, they're twats. Okay, so before all this started, I had a PPI refund from HSBC, which came as a surprise. Now, I vaguely remember ages ago, like months and months, like June last year or something, going to one of those, I think they call Claim Easy or whatever, places, and them coming back to me going like, oh, you don't, there's nothing more we can do, you don't have any, unclaimed PPI. So that was it. And then obviously this appeared in my account. I was like, oh, that's cool. That must be something that HSBC are doing. And then I get a text from Claim Easy, and I thought first of all it was, a scam. So I kind of ignored it. And then in my junk folder, there was another one. And then they called me. So like, geez, they're quite persistent. And now apparently they're sending a letter out as well saying that I owe £340. Which frickin' sucks. That's like, well, it's 35%. Now I do vaguely remember signing up for that and going like, oh well, if I get, however much money, it would be worth it. And it is worth it because, I probably wouldn't have I thought I'd claimed all of my PPI before because I have done it before. And HSBC have paid me before. So I figured that it was all done, So I probably wouldn't have pursued it any further anyway. So, okay, it is a bonus that I've got that I had that £700 odd, which I have paid off my credit card with. But it's another bit of a, oh great, back to square one again kind of moment, isn't it? And I tell you what, today, tomorrow, I'm probably going to go, this sounds really silly, I'm probably going to go to Tesco shopping, even though we've got an Asda shop coming on Friday, I think, because I just really, it's made me miserable, And even though I've, like, oh God, I'm going to sound really ungrateful and awful now. Even though I've had, like, lovely, lovely stuff in the post, like, from some really lovely gifts from lovely people, and like, loads of lovely, stock to sell on and stuff. I don't know, it's just really, I just feel like so frustrated that I was, again, stupid enough to not, like, I don't want any more of these, like, surprise things. I'm meant to be saving and, coming out at the end of this and going, like, look, this is how much I've really tried, and I'm going to come out of this, like, saving 40 quid and looking like a twat. So I don't want there to be any more debts. There is one debt that I know about, and that's, my tax, like, prepayment, what you pay in July and stuff. I'm just kind of sick of it. Like, I look like a right twat now. Yeah, so I think I might just go to Tesco tomorrow and I'll buy food and I'll buy, stuff for the business. So I need some more, like, plastic boxes to put jewellery in. It's either that or it's just eating loads. Like Shelley asked, was it today or yesterday? Like, are you doing anything else to access? Now, I've been pretty good with the drinking, and I haven't been drunk that many times, but it's not taking a lot to get me drunk right now. Yeah, so I've just been a bit of a mood today anyway. So I might do that tomorrow, I might not, but I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so quick update. Basically, felt a lot better today. Didn't end up going to Tesco's. Didn't end up spending money. Made a little promise to myself that I would do something and then instantly just forgot about that promise. But I was like, right, in future I'm going to take my finances more seriously and I'm going to read the small print and, like, look at things really carefully. And then I had the paperwork through for an HSBC business account that I've opened for when managed payments come in on eBay. I can do that and have it all, official and all in that and everything. And there's been 3 different lots of paperwork to look at, and I've put them on a pile on my table, and that's all I've done with it. So I will promise to have a look through it at some point, but to be honest, whether I'll understand it is a different story. But, that's what I do. It's like when there's, like, money problems, I'm definitely, like, this is how my debt started years ago when I was a student. I would ignore all the letters, head in the sand, pretend it doesn't matter, pretend it'll go away, and then you end up being in ridiculous amounts of debt. So, oh well, facing up to it, trying to. Yeah. So today's Wednesday. Tomorrow will be the end of the 3rd week. Wow, it's going quite quick. Money isn't building up like I thought. Anyway, right. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll all be okay. Oh, apologies for looking like an absolute shocking mess. You might have already seen what I've been up to. I've got a creamy coffee, decaf. I'm so sunburnt as well. I need to put some aloe vera all over this. When you're out working in the sun, you really don't realise, like, when you're getting burnt. Anyway, end of week 3. And yes, we had our twist, didn't we? That, taketh with one, giveth with one hand and taketh away with another. So that was my twist, that I had another surprise debt. And that my learning from that is to bloody well read small print when it comes to financial stuff. Hashtag still haven't read the HSBC stuff. That's not a hashtag, that's a brackets. Parenthesis? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, still haven't read that HSBC stuff. But, you know, to be fair, I've been doing other things. You know. Yeah, so it did get me down for a little while. And something that Shelley said the other day is like, oh, have you been doing anything more? Like drinking more or snacking more? And then I thought, oh my God, I have. Like when this happened at the beginning, when all this happened, not like at the beginning of this month, I was snacking loads and I realised that I put on like 4 pounds. And then I managed to lose it all over like the next few weeks and stuff. And I've kind of maintained. However, while I've been doing this, I have put on more weight. So, I think the spending, I mean, and I totally didn't realise this before, the spending, perhaps, I mean, obviously it's a mechanism, isn't it? A coping mechanism. And I didn't realise so much that the snacking had kind of taken over that. Because I didn't realise that I was actually snacking anymore, but I must be. So I don't think I'm doing it any more times, but I think when I'm doing it, I can probably polish off a whole bag of peanuts without thinking, and it's just because of boredom and panic and crunch and having something to do with your hands and things. Like today I've not snacked at all until I stopped. Because the spending gives me something to do with my hands. Smoking gives me something to do with my hands. I think I've been smoking a little bit more too. Yeah. Jesus, okay. Yeah, sorry, that was a proper naked lunch moment then as well. Like I thought about it before when Shelley mentioned it and gone like, oh yeah, quite possibly I've been snacking more. But no, really thinking about it, I really have. So maybe that's the next thing I need to get under control. So spending wise, I've been alright. I did treat myself to a bottle of Pepsi Max, a protein bar, some salami. Yeah, I think that was it from the shop over the road. Because I just really needed something by then because I've just been fudged today. And also I just really fancied some Pepsi Max because we didn't have any in. And delivery's not till tomorrow and I was like, sod it, I need some now. But that's okay. So again, I won't tell you my figures. I'm obviously overdrawn. I did have that £320 payout, so that's come off my total, which is an unfortunate one. So that's nearly £1,000 that I've paid out, or 900 on, no, 474 plus 320. Say like, I can't even do maths right now. That's how tired I am. Yeah, anyway. Seriously, I can't, right? This is how mashed I am right now. So nearly £800. Oh my God, my brain is fudge. So nearly £800 that has just gone. Like, I did owe it, so that's fine. But I'm not sad about it. I think I can be. I was sad about it the other day, but you know, in retrospect, it's all right. For God's sakes. I am in a plus figure. It's more than last week. Sales have been down a little bit, but they're still at least, you know, livable standards. And yeah. And I think I've got this vision now of like my Etsy store, and I'm going to list like nice bits on there, and you know, I'm sorting out my business account so I can change over to manage payments at some point, and then all the money that I earn from Etsy and eBay are going to go into there, and then I'm going to pay myself a salary every month, and then that is my money to live off, and then whatever stays in there is like my money to grow or save or whatever it is. And maybe I'm kind of getting to grips a bit with things now. Possibly. But yeah, one more week of this. And then I can go and spunk loads of money up the wall. Or maybe I'll just have one little treat as a present to myself for doing well. And then I perhaps try and save the rest, because there are bigger things that I want to save for rather than just a Fred Perry top, which will be my treat to myself, by the way. Shh, don't tell me. I think it's a surprise. Okay. Right. So I'll see you next week with the last update and the totals. Yeah, I think, like, if you have any questions that you want me to answer in the last episode, then leave them below and I'll write them down and I'll address them in the last one. As long as they're like nice questions and not like, how'd you get to be so fat kind of thing. Or, look at your eyebrows. Because that's not even a question. Don't be silly. Anyways, catch you next week. Bye-bye now, bye-bye.